I think one of the great tragedies of BC was the closing of Riverview Hospital.
Yes, yes,
Riverview Hospital, if people were out of order, and
yeah,
whether that was mentally or on
yeah,
drugs, because right now the greatest serial killer
yeah,
in the world is the illicit drugs. It's
yeah,
the drugs that are killing people.
yeah,
It's like every day
yeah,
there are scores of people dying,
yeah,
and it's an epidemic. We're an addicted city.
yeah,
Vancouver's a port city.
yeah,
It always has been,
yeah,
from from opium,
yeah,
around the turn of the century
right,
to all the synthetic drugs that are out there now.
right, right,
It's wreaking havoc on
yeah,
society.
yeah,
It's destroying families, and it's something that is causing quite a lot of trauma. Our streets are not safe. Like we had introduced via the province of BC legislation to decriminalize drug use in public places. Now they've recriminalized
yeah.
it because it didn't quite work out, you know.
Well, what happened
And
was that they
the
didn't consult the
yeah,
people who are living there,
yeah,
and
yeah.
no one wants to come home and find someone shooting up
And you would
in
see
their
it.
front door.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it over
so
and over again,
yeah,
and
so
it's
so
horrifying.
I
Yeah,
think the province was right in that they wanted to decriminalize it and to assist addicts who needed help. But
yes,
you got to go a step further
yes,
and have treatment. You can't
correct.
simply start feed the illegal or the improper habit
Yes,
that has adverse reactions to your health.
yes.
You need
You
you
need an intervention.
exactly.
And so this is again going back to
Yeah.
Riverview. Riverview was a place where
Right.
you could house them.
Right.
They would have dignity.
Yeah.
There's no dignity
Uh,
living on the street.
no,
There's no dignity
that's right.
in,
Yeah.
selling
Yeah.
yourself. There's no
Yeah.
dignity
Yeah.
in, in being so out of your mind on drugs where you're literally in paralysis.
Yeah.
They can't move. They can't talk.
Yeah.
They're hunched over.
Yeah.
A lot of them have developed spinal problems,
Yeah.
almost irredeemable uh, uh, dangers to their brain,
Yes.
right? Like, and essentially they're on disability the rest of their
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's better hope for them if we
Yeah.
treat people as human beings, as equals, as we all are. We really simply can't let the current system stand the way it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be a good idea to reopen Riverview or something like it for people, even say they want voluntary drug treatment? But sometimes if a person is out of control, they would be taken. And
Yeah.
what do you think about them?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm an expert in that. However, um, I don't think the closing of Riverview with its facilities was a good idea
It wasn't. No.
in the
Terrible.
absence of
Terrible.
any other facility
Yes.
or any other form of treatment.
Yes.
So we simply can't have people walking the streets of Vancouver who are mentally ill
Yes.
and who are a danger to themselves and to other people.
Yeah.
So we need to do
and that is the definition of, well, then you need to be hospitalized.
Exactly.
You need treatment.
Yeah, yeah,
When you're a danger to
Yeah.
yourself and the people
yeah,
around you,
yeah,
those are the magic words.
yeah,
To say, hey, look, you need
yeah,
help. Whether you like it or not,
yeah,
you're a danger to
yeah,
yourself and to
yeah,
the
yeah,
society around you. That treatment needs to be
right,
mandated. But the
absolutely.
way the law works right
Yeah,
now, they'll say, no, I'm fine.
yeah,
You know,
right.
and they're left on the street, and
I,
then you find them,
yeah,
right?
I think
And
we have to think of a mandatory treatment.
yeah, I do,
That's, yeah,
and I would
yeah,
advocate for
yeah,
that
yeah.
too.
So
Yeah,
I know that has some drawbacks, but we
yeah,
need to take a progressive approach
yeah.
outside the box.
I would agree, because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, look, people are free.
yeah,
You have the freedom to do what you like,
right,
but when it gets to the point again where you're harming
right,
yourself and the people around
yeah.
you, some choices need to be made for the
Well,
good of society.
then society has a stake in what you're doing. Society
That's
has a
right.
role
That's
because if
right.
you're a danger to yourself and you're a danger to other people, then there's an obligation on the part of the state to intervene.
That's right.